From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine. Deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife were captured in a U.S. military operation Saturday and flown to New York to face narco-terrorism charges. President Donald Trump said the U.S. would temporarily run Venezuela and exploit its oil resources. It comes as explosions and low-flying aircraft accompanied the early morning operation in Caracas, leaving some civilians and military members dead, while protests erupted in parts of the city. Now, questions still remain about the legality of the U.S. operation, with U.S. Congress and international observers raising concerns over the lack of authorization and potential violations of international law. Police in northern Saskatchewan are investigating reports of gunshots on Big Island Lake Cree Nation and whether it's linked to a deadly shooting that took place there last week. Mounties who responded late Friday found no one with injuries and are trying to determine if there's a connection to a shooting on December 30th that left one person dead and 3 injured. Security has been increased as authorities continue searching for 2 suspects wanted in the earlier incident. Band manager Jeff Sandfly says the shooting has left his community stressed and has personally affected him as he knew the deceased. Justice Minister Sean Fraser has tabled 3 justice bills this fall, proposing a long list of criminal code amendments. Fraser maintains the new stricter approach is not about responding to the Conservatives.
I don't want to turn the motivation for this, a different approach to criminal justice, into a contest between Liberals and Conservatives. It's not the Conservatives I'm trying to get help with. It's Canadians that we're trying to deliver help to.
The Conservatives have long attacked Liberal justice policies as being too lenient, and during the spring election, the Tories pitched significant crackdowns on crime. With consumers continuing to face higher car prices, one expert thinks some relief may be on the way. Daniel Ross is a senior manager of industry insights at Canadian Black Book. He says the prices were on a trajectory to recover in 2024 after the market normalized following the pandemic, but U.S. tariffs also caused disruptions.
And the slowdown that we're receiving now in the second half of 2025 and likely into the first half of 2026 on new vehicle sales pace is going to impact brands' strategies to sell their vehicles. So I believe that things will get more affordable marginally on the new car side and also start to really drop on the used car side as things slow down on the demand front.
Ross adds that the new cost of a car is about 30%. Ross adds that the cost of a new car is about 30% higher compared to pre-pandemic prices. And on the ice, Auston Matthews scored twice in the second period Saturday to pass Mats Sundin and set the Toronto Maple Leafs franchise record with 421 career goals. The performance followed a hat trick on Friday against Winnipeg, giving Matthews back-to-back multi-goal games. He now has 6 goals and 10 points in 4 games since the NHL's Christmas break. The Leafs would go on to lose the game in overtime 4-3. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Canada will face Czechia in the semifinals at the World Junior Hockey Championship today. Canadian captain Porter Martone had a message for fans back home.
I know every guy in that room is gonna be, blood, sweat, and tears to the very end. So we're excited, and it's gonna be a great game.
Canada got a measure of revenge against the Czechs on Boxing Day after getting eliminated by the same opponent the last 2 years in the quarterfinals. Bruins center Fraser Minton scored with 19 seconds left in overtime, and Boston took a 3-2 win over Vancouver Saturday night. Canucks head coach Adam Foote says his team played hard.
We kept going. You heard the crowd. We had a lot of momentum in the third period. It would have been nice to close that out before OT.
The Canucks have not won on home ice since December 6th. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be watching the game between the New Orleans Saints and Atlanta Falcons closely, as the result of the game determines whether they are able to clinch a 5th straight NFC South NFL title. From the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.